Me too, birdie. Me too.
You are faithful, faithful through all things. You are faithful, faithful.
Me too, birdie. Me too. So happy Saturday. We're just, well, he's in the house hanging out a little bit, and then look at that. She's a mess. Brush him? Huh? She likes it, don't you, buddy? No. Does it feel good, mamas? Yeah. Get rid of some of that dead winter coat, right? Does it feel good? You're gonna go to the other side. This old girl loves to be brushed, don't you, mama? Not her head. She don't like her head being messed with much. Around her collar is where most of her winter coat is still trying to hang around. I guess maybe the collar just makes it harder for it to come off. I don't know. But thankfully she likes to be combed. And this little sucker, as you can see, works really good. Don't it, pretty girl? Yeah. See, I'm mean, but I'm okay sometimes. She's only mean to her sister and the dog now, right? You like that, don't you? That feel good? Yeah. Okay, got distracted by the goats. It is Saturday. We are currently without power. Why can I not say that word? Power. I'm without power too. We are currently without power. It went out last night, I think right at 6:30 or so. So it's been okay. Obviously it's not super fun, you know, when you're used to having power and then you don't have it no more. So it's okay, it's fine. However, I am a little bit worried now about the refrigerator and the food in the actual refrigerator part going bad. I did quickly check the freezer earlier and everything in there is still frozen pretty well. Like still frozen. And so we just quickly checked it and shut it back. The refrigerator, however, it just is feeling like it's cooling down. And I'm not happy about that. But, you know, I mean, I'm not going to complain about it. I've seen online when they're like updating and, you know, talking about that they're doing everything they can. There are still people that complain about it, and stuff like that frustrates me. I don't understand. We're not getting into it. I just don't understand. So yeah, we came out this morning to do some chores. I am not feeling great. I, for whatever reason, cooked dinner really early yesterday. Cooked dinner at like 4:30. So thankfully I already had dinner cooked and we had already ate by the time the power went out. But I've not had coffee this morning, and I'm not one of the people that get grouchy if I don't have coffee or whatever. Ma'am, quit. I'm gonna move because like I was saying, I'm not one of the people that get grouchy if they don't have coffee. And I typically drink coffee because I enjoy it. However, if I don't have it, I get a terrible headache. Yes, I do. And we don't have no way to make coffee. We do have like cappuccino mix in there, but nobody wants to drink that cold. I don't know if you could drink that cold. I don't know if it would dissolve in cold water. So yeah, that's fun. But so I'm not feeling that great because of the headache, but I was also kind of grumpy. We're going to be honest. I was kind of grumpy this morning. I think it started yesterday, last night. And that is because I think I'm going to blame anyways because of like the anxiety over the storm. I used to suffer really bad from storm anxiety. It's gotten much better over the years, but they was really blowing this storm up. And I get that, you know, people need to be weather prepared and everything needs to, you know, people need to be aware. So they was really blowing it up, which, I mean, they needed to. I'm not saying anything about that, but it just really messed with my senses. It really got me, my anxiety going, as well as just some other things that are not important, but the kind of person I am, they're not too important. But it kind of made my anxiety even worse, and then you put in the storm on top. And I also think the storm, my anxiety was worse because Jonathan wasn't here. I texted him yesterday morning and was telling him about the storm because we stayed in contact, obviously. I mean, we always do, but definitely wanted to make sure we stayed in contact with him yesterday. And they lost power too. So, yeah, he's good. We're all good, thankfully. Not everybody got as lucky as us, and I don't want to take that for granted. I was out this morning just walking around because when I let the dogs out to use the bathroom, I could look out and seen that there was a tree that was laying in the back. So I went out there and looked, and one had uprooted, and it was laying maybe like 3 foot away from one of John's work trailers that is full of tools. So, you know, I was thankful for that. A big branch did fall and hit Jonathan's car. It just caused a minor-ish dent to it, but John was out here when it fell. We had some metal up in the yard, and it was trying to blow around. Like, me and the girls heard it from inside the house, so John came out and secured that. And when he did, he saw the branch fall and hit Jonathan's car. He told me that it did. And then this morning we was out walking the yard, and I said it's a good thing it didn't hit his window because it was a pretty good sized branch. And John said it did hit his window. It just somehow, luckily, I guess just the way that it hit, it didn't break out the window or nothing. It just caused that little dent. So, a dent, a tree up, and no electricity, and that's all we're dealing with. I'm thankful, and I was out here and I was praying and thanking God that we was protected, and I try not to take things for granted. That is something that I've started doing more and more as I've got older. And, just seeing that even if you have it a little bad, there's always somebody that has it worse. And that's really helped me with perspective on life, with things. And I think people need to be more aware of that. Like with this morning, with seeing that post about the electric company, talking about that they was doing everything they could, and they had other people from states coming in to help, and just there's always going to be somebody that complains. Just do your best and try to treat people how you want to be treated, and just people are so entitled. Okay? People need to realize that you are no more special than the people down the road that don't have electricity either. Okay? We're going to leave it at that. Honestly, I don't feel like doing nothing. But sometimes you got to do stuff even if you don't want to. So, I'm not sure exactly what we'll do. But I know we'll probably do something. Or maybe we'll take you with us. Or maybe we'll just bring you back home. Thankfully, I hadn't grocery shopped yet. So that's a plus. And I probably won't grocery shop until the electric's back on with electricity. So, yeah, I probably, until the electric's back on, like, they're not saying it could be days or whatever, but I know there's a lot of work to be done. So, until the electric is back on, we definitely won't be getting groceries. What are you doing? What you chewing on, ma'ams? A stick? Clover. Alright, so it is much later now. I don't know what time it is because my watch died last night and not got to charge it. We are, thought I heard somebody hollering at me. We're gonna go out and get some food because, but nobody's actually ate a meal. Well, Lily ate a peanut butter and jelly, but we're gonna go out and get some lunch and get a few things. And then, obviously, we're not gonna buy, like, groceries. We need milk and stuff, but I need that shirt. But we're not going to buy any of that until the electric is back on, and it still isn't. Ma'am. Okay. But anyways, got myself partially put together. My hair was a mess. It needed washed, and it's just crazy. So I just threw a hat on. She's trying to tear off my shirt, and I'm not sure why, but for some reason she is. But anyway, we're about to head out, go just run around a little bit, get out of the house and get some food, and then I don't know where we're going to end up at, but they're up there re-securing that metal that flew around yesterday. John just temporarily held it down because where the wind was so crazy, so fixed it better. I don't know what they spotted. A piece of runaway metal, I think, up there by the fence. Maybe. That's not metal. Is that metal? Nope. It's siding. Either way. She's too little for that. I want to get her this though. And it's a cat toy, but
What is this?
what? When we buy another family vehicle, it'll be because the Cadillac's tore up. That's how we roll.
No, me and Dad just picked
I hope it's going to cost a really good deal right now.
Me and Dad just put a new V10 motor.
Second Pearson's.
Wow.
Oh, you don't are you? Huh? No. I could give you mine, but mine would be a hot mess. See, it's not bad. I mean, you didn't cry when you got them done when you was little.
I know.
I cried.
The gun got.
Yeah.
What, did that one hurt a little bit more? No?
We just started with it.
You good?
Yeah.
There's a mirror over there if you want to see it.
They only hurt a little bit.
What is it? You got a new toy. Yeah. It's too dark in the house. But as you can see, we still don't have electric. John ended up, he bought a generator, I think it's in the summer, from someone. I don't even remember. But his brother had took him home with him because they was at work when John bought it, and John already had like a trailer of stuff, and his brother had a trailer of stuff as well, but he had room on his. So he took it to his house, and he tested it out for us and stuff, and said that, you know, it worked. The propane part of it worked. It can take a gas or propane, and it needs something for the gas part. I'm not sure what it was, but the propane part works just fine. So John went to get that. We are at 37 hours now of no electric, and they updated last night and said that they're looking for it to be several days before everybody gets back, you know, back with power. So the deep freeze is our main concern. The refrigerator is probably already gone, but thankfully there's hardly anything in there anyways. But the freezer is our main concern. It's not completely full, but it's pretty close to full. And I'm hoping I lost my puppy. Hi, baby. Hi, Bubba's. I don't have no treats. Good job, though. Good girl. Yeah, he's a good girl. Yeah. Okay, we'll get you a treat. All right, so what I was saying. She's in there. She's super feisty because it's early in the morning, and so she's got a lot of energy. I don't know what I was saying. Oh, anyways, the freezer is our main concern. Obviously, you know, power is convenient. But we have, I would say, at least 3/4 of the way full. The deep freeze is with like just food, and we don't want that to go bad. So we decided that, you know, I actually forgot about the generator, but we decided we needed to go get that and get it plugged in so that the stuff in the deep freeze doesn't go bad. The stuff in the actual freezer in the kitchen, we'll probably just plug that in. I mean, move that to the deep freeze if all goes well. I mean, we might go and get propane and all that we need and come home and the electric be on, and that will be fine. That will be much appreciated. But at least we'll have it if we need it next time. You know? You never know. And we also went out last night, which I did share a little bit of it. Lily has been wanting to get her ears pierced again, a second hole, like I have. For a while now. Well, I don't allow them just to jump into permanent decisions. Now I know you can just pop earrings out and whatnot, but we don't allow them to jump into permanent decisions. Even like Wendy's haircut, that I didn't share on here, but people had noticed it, and I think you've seen her some from last night too, because she bought her an adorable frog hat and she is so cute. She's coming out of her little shell. But anyways, even with her haircut, I let her stew on it for a while. Like, she didn't say I want my hair chopped off and I just run and done it. We waited a while. We done the same thing with her asking for her ears pierced again. It's been months since she asked me if she could pierce her ears again. And I told her that, you know, she needs to think about it. I was fine with it myself, but she needed to think about it, make sure it's something she really wanted to do. And then we would go to Dad, because obviously I'm not going to do things. I'm not going to do things like that without talking to John first. It's disrespectful. It's just not how you're supposed to parent. So, she thought about it. She talks about it every few days at least. And I think she'll see mine and then it would bring it up or whatnot. So we asked him last week, I think it's Sunday, what he thought about it. And he didn't say nothing. And I know that a lot of times with John, silence is a no. So I didn't think he'd go for it anyways. So we finally asked again yesterday, just to be sure, if what his answer was. And I asked him, you know, because he never answered. And I asked him yesterday, well, more like said, Lily's wanting to get her ears pierced again. What are your thoughts on that? And he said, I don't care. And I expected him a big no. Like I told her, expect a no from your daddy. So I was very shocked when he said, I don't care. So I even asked Wendy if she wanted to get hers done. He didn't care if Wendy got hers done again. Wendy did not want to get hers done again. And if that's something she decides she wants to do down the road, we'll just go back and go through the process again. Which typically that's how it works with them. If Lily gets something done, Wendy won't want it right then, or she don't want it right then. And then a little while down the road, she decides she wants it, which again, it's fine. But we went yesterday and she got her ears pierced, and then we just ran around a little bit. We went to Walmart and we got a camping stove. It's something that I told John I wish we already had, and we're planning on going camping this year anyway, so you know, might as well go ahead and buy it now. So we went to Walmart last night and we got one of those, and that is what I went out and done animal chores this morning and came in, and John had made us some cappuccino and hot cocoa for the kids on the stove. So the biggest issue with not having electricity is definitely convenience, but most importantly it is, you know, the freezers. We got to make sure that we don't lose all that food, because it's a lot of meat, and so, you know, that's a lot of money. But I was joking yesterday and I told John, I said, we're gonna have to fire up the grill and cook a whole lot of meat tomorrow. And I guess that's when it clicked to him that he had that generator over there. So him and Ellen went to get that this morning. Me and the girls are still here, obviously. I mean, you don't see the girls, but me and the girls are home. We got ready. When he gets back with the generator, we're going to go run some errands. Again, we can't have groceries yet. But that's okay. You know, the downside of it being warm outside is we can't store stuff outside. Like if this happened in like 20-degree weather, we could buy milk and just sit it on the back porch like they used to do in the old times. But, yeah, we can't do that now, thankfully, because it's already gets kind of chilly in the house as is. Nothing we can't deal with robes and sweatpants, but it's kind of chilly in the mornings. So, anyways, and I have something going on up here, a cold, I guess, or like the leftovers of strep throat, allergies. I don't know. We had something, me and Wendy both did, like a really bad sore throat for a couple of days. Her sore throat lasted a couple of more days longer than mine did. But now I got all kinds of like congestion going up here, and I've not been sick in forever. It is what it is. We're fine. We're alive. We're thriving. We're good.
I was out drinking, looking for the next thing. I couldn't really settle down. Always on the run, I didn't want to slow down. But baby, then you came around. Yeah, you came around. No, I won't ever let you down. I promise you that I'll hold on. I know that it gets tough sometimes, so I'm here to remind you, love. The sun will shine on you wherever you go.
So we're home now. Before we left, we got the generator going. Like I told you earlier, he went to his brother's and got it, and his brother had a propane fireplace, and I'm assuming it tore up. So he ended up giving John his propane tank. We're gonna obviously give it back and you know, pay him for the propane that's in it that we used. That'll be between them, but obviously gonna give him the tank back and pay him back for the propane, because that stuff is not free. It's like $3.89 a gallon or something like that. So we plugged it in. I guess he tinkered with it at his brother's house, and his brother maybe showed him how to use it. I don't know, maybe they figured it out together. But we got it home, and then he got it plugged up. Generators are weird. I'm very thankful for whoever decided to create them, but they're weird. You just plugged it in, and then we had power somehow. I don't know. But we did get that plugged in, and we turned off a lot of the breakers in the house, thinking maybe if we use the less electric we use in the house, maybe the longer that will work. I don't know. It sounds simple to me. Thankfully, we're not really losing nothing by not plugging in the refrigerator. However, there was still stuff in the freezer part of the refrigerator, and it was still frozen solid. So I told John, I said, we're just going to move the stuff from this freezer into the deep freeze, because it was like 3/4 of the way full, and now it's probably all, like, you would consider it being completely full. But we moved everything from that freezer into the deep freeze, and then we're just gonna deal with it. I mean, the electric will be on in a few days. As long as the deep freeze is good, we're good. Like, the temperature, like I was saying, it's a little chilly in the house, but nothing you can't deal with. And you know, it could always be worse. That's one thing that always helps me. More people need to be like that, but one thing that helps me is I think it can always be worse. And so we'll make do. Whenever the electric comes on, we'll go to the grocery store and get some groceries. We did grab a couple of things when we was out today, just some like soups, and that was it, I think. Soups and donuts, because that's priorities, I guess. But soups are something that we can use on the the camp stove. Whatever breaker he has on, which I think he turned more on when we got back, because he told the kids they could use their lights in their bedroom. But the breaker he had on had the microwave on as well, and so you could, I mean, that would probably use a lot of electric, but you know what you got to do. But we got some soup, and we do have stuff in the freezer, like I said, if we need to you know, use the microwave. I could also, the pantry has power, so we could take the toaster oven in there. We'll be just fine. A lot of people have it worse than us. So, you know, we're good. We just lost power. There's people that lost vehicles. A couple people lost their lives. People lost barns. You know, I don't know if anybody lost their home. Well, I know they did, because there's tornadoes. So we're good with losing power. Is it inconvenient? Definitely, but it's the best thing that could happen in a bad situation, I guess. So yeah, we're just pretty much doing nothing. There's not really going to be nothing else to film, so I guess we're just going to close this video out here. Got the puppy out here eating her meal, and then we're going to go in and get a couple of things put away that we bought, like the soup and stuff. My house is not the cleanest, so that'll be one of the things we do whenever the electric gets turned back on, is get some house cleaning done. It is fun. It's fun. So we're gonna go ahead and close out this video. Hope everybody is doing good. Hope everybody stayed safe. I did post a community post, you know, trying to check in with people, and yeah, I just hope everybody's doing good. We will see you all next time. Hopefully it'll be a grocery haul. Hopefully it's not another blackout vlog, but if it is, it is. We'll see you all next time. As always, remember to show grace, be content, and live blessed. Bye, friends.